Murder She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Murder She Watched, the podcast where we solve murders from our couch. I'm trying to very discreetly open up a cough drop, but I think you guys all heard that. My name is Amy. My name's Amy Archer. I'm your host. I'm here today with my good friend Brian from Maths Virgin, also from your t-shirt shop.
I'm from a lot of things at this point. Yeah, it depends on where you know me from.
Designer of the infamous Ladies of a Certain Rage t-shirt.
Yes, that was a fun one to make.
Yes, you can get yours. Link in the show notes. They're the number one seller.
There you go. Well, yeah. I'm very good at what I do, Amy.
Yes, you are. All right. So we're here today to talk about Untold, the shooting at Hawthorne Hill. Never heard of this before. It's bonkers. I'm so glad to have it introduced into my life.
Yeah, and I love the Untold series because it reminds me of like the 30 for 30 series when they first
I was going to say, is it all sportsy?
It's all competition. The last one they had was about the turn of the millennium Trailblazers teams where a lot of those guys got in huge trouble with like the NBA. Before that, it was like the chess anal beads cheating scandal. So like it's all competition stuff, but it's like I loved the original 30 for 30 run. They kind of ran out of good stories. And now it's just like, I don't need to hear about every team that won a championship. They're good and they're tight. They're not 3 parts. I could have used more from this one, honestly, but we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very good. I'm enjoying all of them.
Is Untold a new series or did they have a previous season?
I think they have, it's not even like a season. It's like a bunch of different one-offs that are like under the Untold umbrella.
Sort of like the train wreck series.
Very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
They just put one out when they have one, but
I love those train wreck things. They're great.
They're great. And Netflix has been good for documentaries forever. And like, you know, there's been so many that I wish were still on there because when I first started watching documentaries, there were a few that really stuck with me that were on Netflix and I can't find them there anymore. I'm just kind of a bummer, but I'm here for all their original stuff.
I love when we can cover a Netflix doc because for our listeners, it's the most accessible. Everybody has it. You know what I mean? Not everybody has Netflix, but most people have Netflix. Like when I do these little things that are on ID and stuff like that, that's harder to find for people. And I'm all about accessibility. So, yeah.
I mean, or MGM Plus that no one has.
Oh my God. AMC Plus has like good shows I want to watch. I'm like, I refuse. I refuse to pay for this.
Not a chance. If my parents get it, I'll steal theirs.
There you go.
I can't
even keep track of whose HBO I have, whose Hulu I have. It's a disaster.
I use my boss's Apple TV. I haven't worked there since 2021. But I still have it.
Go.
Thanks, Christine.
There you go. All right. So let's get into this. First of all, what is your experience with the horse world, the equestrian world, if you will?
Oof. I draw a lot of horses. So I have some companies that want Western design. So I do a lot of that. I rode a horse once in 8th grade. We had outdoor education. Went to a campground for a couple of days. I rode a horse there. Aside from that, nothing.
How did the horse riding go for you?
I was terrified. I wasn't afraid of the horse because like I have been a fully adult sized person since I was 13. Like I haven't grown or I've been this size.
How tall are you?
Like 6'2". And like my weight has been between like 220 and 240 since I was the first day of 8th grade. I weighed in at 221. So
Axel and you will be like redwoods compared to me because I'm only 5'1", as you know.
My wife is 5'2". You know, she's a little bite-sized lady. But I wasn't afraid of the horse because I'm like, I'm big and strong. It's fine. When we rode, the instructor, the last thing he said was, don't let your horse get too close to the one in front of it because horses fight with teeth and hooves. And if they start, I can't stop them.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, great. Thanks for that. You know, Cowboy Jim or whatever. I guess I'll just try to be calm on this half hour that I'm on this fucking horse. So that was terrifying. But aside from that, nothing. I mean, I'm here for obscure Olympic sports. Can't do dressage. Don't know what I'm watching.
Okay, I was very excited because I have a weird obsession with dressage.
Okay, there you go.
Not because I watch it a lot, but just so I went down the whole horse path when I was watching Yellowstone, Protect the Ranch.
Okay.
And Taylor Sheridan is weird horse dancing that he used to do. And then they used to do, I don't know how familiar you are with the Taylor Sheridan universe, but he would do these rodeo things where the horse would run and then stop. Like you'd have run the horse and then stop it, like skid it almost like a car. And so, I'm real into like things that horses can do, but I am terrified of them. Their
really big.
eyes look very wise. I feel like they know more about the world than I do. I feel like they can just decide that I am not for this earth anymore and take me right out.
You're not wrong.
In The Ring, do you remember the movie The Ring?
Oh, do I remember The Ring? I'm terrified of it. Yes.
In the art film that they showed, the scariest part for me was the eye of the horse.
It was the ladder. The ladder isn't scary, but a ladder terrified me in The Ring.
And then so I live in a very rural area. We had horses up until about 5 years ago down the road from me. And when my girls were little, they just wanted to walk down the road and see the horses. And I would take them to see the horses. I would stand 20 feet away. And my little like 6-year-olds would go right up to those horses and be feeding them and stuff like that. And I thought, if this horse tries to take one of their arms off, I can't help them because I'm at a very safe distance way back here.
I see those polls every once in a while where it's like 60% of men think they could beat a grizzly bear in a fight. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure if a rabbit was mad enough, it could probably kill me. It's quick and those teeth are strong. And like any animal that wants to take me out could probably do it. Like, I saw a moose one time and almost died because they're like 12 feet tall.
I don't do well with nature.
No, I'm an indoor kid.
I am too. But so I did ride a horse once. My uncle very strangely thought he could have a horse on his like 1 acre of property that he had in the suburbs. And so
bold choice.
I rode that horse one time. And of course there was like a lawnmower or a car backfire. And the horse like went nay up on his hind legs. That's an official sound, by the way. And I held on. I didn't fall off the horse, but it was enough to scare me for like the rest of my life. I was like maybe 10. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm never getting on a horse again. But I think it's important to say that I respect horses. I think they're beautiful. I think they're majestic creatures. And I totally understand. A lot of people talk about horse girls and stuff like that. And I didn't know any, but I grew up in a very depressed socioeconomic situation. But I do understand how people can make horses their whole personality. Like I think they lend themselves to that sort of,
well,
mindset.
I think we all have our things, right? Like my kid is a space kid. I was an ancient history kid. We all have our things. It's just that
I was a soap opera kid. I mean, we all have our things.
We have our things, but horses, I think, because you could actually get one of those or like be near one, it feels different. My kid's never going to go to space, not until he's an adult and maybe an astronaut. I love ancient history, never been to Greece, can't go to Turkey. Like there's things I want to do that I just can't do. If I was super into horses, where I grew up in the Chicago suburbs, you could drive, I'm certain, 40 minutes in one direction and get to a horse. So like, I think horse people, they're just the same as everybody else. It's just that their obsession is more accessible to them than everyone else's is.
Horse people, they're just the same as everyone else.
Yeah, don't be afraid of the horse people. They are just like you and me.
So I was very excited, like I said, that I get to talk about dressage. And I just kind of Googled a quick, let me just put a disclaimer here. We clearly are not horse people. So there are going to be things we get wrong. There are going to be nuances that we don't understand. The horse community, I feel like, will come for us. And that's okay, as long as you're gentle about it. Give us some gentle direction and corrections. We can take it. It's fine. We love that.
Yeah, we know what a horse is, and that's about the length of it for us.
The formal name for horse dancing is dressage, often called the highest expression of horse training. It involves a rider guiding a horse through a series of graceful, stylized movements in a rhythmic dance-like performance. It's an Olympic sport and a classical art form.
It's incredibly impressive. I don't know how to watch it.
Know what it reminds me of? The very high-end dog shows.
Yeah.
Where the dogs have to act a certain way and do certain movements. And like if one paw goes too far to the right, they're out.
Yeah,
like it kind of reminds me of that. And like
Yeah, it's
Best
very
in
similar.
Show, like it kind of reminds me of that world.
Christopher Guest needs to do a dressage movie.
So on August 7th, 2019, a woman was shot on a horse farm in New Jersey, a violent act that rocked the sport of dressage. The parties involved remain entangled in the matter. Okay. I need to know what your very first impression of Laura Kenrick it was.
I was terrified of her. I think her intensity scares me.
The minute I saw her, I was like, she's a problem.
I'm
the
like,
minute I met her.
No, she just, and to be clear, the other guy too, they both scare me a lot. But when I saw her,
he has a lot of experience faking normal though. Like he can pass as normal.
We see him fake a lot of things. Yeah. I think when I saw her, not knowing the story, I was like, I don't know who or when or why, but she is killed. Like she has killed something at some point in time.
Yes. So we get some horse footage. We learn about, she says anyway, if you're a horse person very early on in life. And I just wrote horse people are a vibe. Like there's just a vibe about them.
There's a whole thing.
Lauren says, for some people, I'm a bit much. People say I'm strong and I'm entitled, but I have no idea why. I worked very hard for what I have. Did you or did your father buy you a lot of stuff?
I didn't see you working for anything. No. I saw you giving a lot of stuff.
I mean, you worked to drive Michael crazy, but that's the effort I saw you put in.
It's like watching American Greed. If you would just like run a legitimate business with the time it takes you to run this grift, you'd have a great business.
Yes.
Yeah. If she worked as hard as she did riding a horse as she did terrifying this man, she'd be doing great.
Yeah. Yeah. If she took that Facebook energy and put it into her horse riding, she might be in the Olympics. Yeah, so Michael, in March 2018, her trainer at the time was doing a clinic with Michael Bearson. So Michael Bearson is like a top-notch trainer in the horse world.
Yeah.
And a lot of people see him as kind of like a gatekeeper to the Olympic team.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting. And he was on the 2008 Olympic team. And Lauren says, look, I don't want to be in the Olympics. Sure, Jan. Okay.
Bullshit. Why do you know him then? Why are you here?
Right. Then just train with your local trainer. You don't need to go to an Olympic
by yourself. Like, what are we doing?
She's like, I was just here for the journey. I wanted to ride my horses every day and learn from someone who knows more than me. Michael says, he got into horses when he was a kid and he was real good at dressage. And he says dressage. Now, this was interesting. I love historical stuff, and I'm sure you love this too.
Yeah.
Was based on horses in the battlefield and how like tightly controlled their movements had to be and how closely in step they had to be with their rider.
Yeah. At first I was like, bullshit. And then I'm like, oh, you know what? No, that makes perfect sense. But I was like, this is not a military thing. But yeah,
because when you think about that objectively, it's wild, right? That you're on the battlefield, and not only do you have to worry about yourself, but you have all these wild animals, like all these horses that you have to control, and they're going to get spooked.
I would panic.
It's crazy.
I'd be in a complete panic.
I wouldn't be so worried about the whole army over there with all the guns. I'd be worried that the horse was going to throw me off, and then again, like I said, just wipe me off the planet.
I'm a coward. I would just desert. I'm going home.
So Michael explains there are only 25 Olympic Games in a century, and only 4 people go on a dressage team. So only 100 people in a century represent the sport. Most horse people make money in various ways. They train people, they house their horses, they patch together the income, and every artist knows exactly what you're talking about. Same.
Been there.
Yep. So he said that he was teaching a seminar to one of his top Grand Prix rider students in 2018. And this woman's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to come down for the month of March. I'm going to bring my lovely student, Lauren, with me to train. She's amazing. You'll love her. And Lauren called Michael. She was all sweet. She's like, I know who you are. I would love to train with you. I'm so excited. So Michael's little compound is called Hawthorne Hill. It's in Long Valley, New Jersey. I didn't look where that is. I'm assuming it's northern Jersey.
Yeah, he said it was like an hour from New York City, but I don't know East Coast geography very much at all. So
yeah,
I'm a Midwesterner. Everything's far away.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely north. So it's kind of in line with the city.
Okay.
So it's about an hour west of the city. Okay. I don't know why. I live very close to New Jersey, so I just had to know.
Geography stuff.
And his little sanctuary there, he built with his own, a lot of it, he says, he qualifies it.
Yeah.
A lot of this I built with my own 2 hands, because there's probably a team of carpenters somewhere going, bitch, no, you didn't build that by yourself. You thought you built that barn?
You got some hay, and that's about it.
I went to Home Goods and I picked up some equestrian decor.
The decor is all mine.
And it was designed as a campus, and he had a team there. Michael himself, and then Justin was his right-hand man. And for some reason, they have to call this woman Mary Haskins Gray. So I think she's a double name, Mary Haskins.
Yeah, I think so. I think and I wonder,
very much like our friend Mary Payne.
I wonder if she got married after this and was like, well, you have to put the gray in there because they keep on talking about how I'm your ex in this thing. So I'm very confused by that.
I need to distance myself from this bullshit.
Right? I don't know him.
Mary Haskins was his girlfriend at the time. So at the time, Michael lived on the property with Mary Haskins, and Lauren stayed in the apartment with her boyfriend, Rob. And Lauren's dad, Jonathan, very involved, paid for everything. Okay. Lauren admits Michael was a good trainer. He was really good at doing what he promised to do. But she said, not going to lie, the vibe I was getting from Hawthorne Hill was like kind of a cult.
Which I think that's with any kind of like elite level training, when you have somebody that's that. I mean, I'm sure if you go to like the LeBron James Basketball Academy, it feels like a cult because everyone idolizes LeBron James.
And then she says, everybody wanted to train for the Olympics. It was everybody's dream. I'm like, girl, didn't you say it wasn't your dream? So it wasn't everybody's dream.
I wanted to talk to anybody else who was there. Like, what did you think of this weirdo? Because if everyone is there, like, I have a goal in mind. This is my way to get there. Why are you working with like the most elite guy in the sport if you're like a hobby dressage person on the weekends? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
So the trouble began, Brian, in 2006 when Michael buys a horse named JT. Why would you name your horse JT? It's just such a weird name for a horse. I would name him like, I don't know, Sprinkles.
Well, horse names are always funny to me because a lot of them have like a regular person name. I've got a friend from when I was little whose horse is named Greg, and I'm like, that's fun. But then you get other ones that are like Midnight's Requiem, like these incredibly long. Like, what are we? Pick one or the other. Is it Greg or is it Midnight's Requiem?
So it was a horse that Michael and his ex-wife co-owned. I'm like, oh, did Mary Haskins break up this marriage?
Seems like maybe.
And they agreed Michael would ride and compete with JT and then sell him. You know who we need to hear from in this documentary? JT. Can we get a mic on him? What's the real story?
Mr. Ed style. Have him talk a little bit.
Michael says from time to time, it's common for us to let less experienced riders sit on more experienced horses and just get a feel of what it's going to be. So it's kind of like, I drive my Toyota RAV4, but they're going to let me drive a Ferrari just to see how it feels.
Just see how it goes. This was the part of the documentary I needed a lot more. I watched this thing twice. I watched it last night. I watched it again this morning because this like 5-minute stretch, so much happens. And I'm like, how? How did any of these things happen? Who was in charge? Like, what are you talking about? And they don't give us any answers. And this is like the ensuing incident. So I don't know where things popped off.
I agree. So I guess Justin does this with Lauren. He's like, hey, girl, get off that pony you're used to and get on JT, a real horse.
Get rid of that mule.
And she just gets on to JT and she's like, he's mine now. I own him.
Yeah, this is my horse.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm not borrowing it anymore.
Lauren says Justin told her the horse would be a little difficult, but she just fell in love with him and she was convinced he would be her someday. This is like me when I laid eyes on Mike Schaub in 6th grade in that Metallica t-shirt with that long blonde hair. I was like, he's going to be mine. And then we did make out behind Jamie McCauley's house.
See, there you go.
I
had one of those too. Her name was Jessica. I pulled that off. My confusion here, she literally said, people call me entitled. I don't know why. I got on that horse and decided it's my horse now. I'm like, well, do you see how maybe they think you're entitled?
So the way that Michael describes this, you're right. Like he's very, I want to say verbose, but it's something else. Like he is the world's biggest victim, right? Like everything happens to Michael.
He's a put upon man.
Yes, he's like, it's like she rented a Corvette from Hertz and just decided it was her. She commandeered my horse. I'm like,
how?
She is like 110 pounds soaking wet. Like, just take her off the horse and take the horse back.
It is your horse. She's on your property. What do you mean all of a sudden she's posting videos and who put her on the horse? Who let her get it out of the barn? This is not just like a free range horse. Like, I'm so confused about the block and tackle of she was on this horse once, a week later she's taking it to a competition. Like, how did this, physically speaking, how did she pull this off?
I'm so glad that somebody did get shot here, but I'm so glad that we don't do very dark documentaries together, because you would just have me laughing the whole time, be totally inappropriate. All right,
I'm
so
bad for that.
Lauren says, so Michael and Lauren, okay, basically Michael's like sort of, first he's like, she just took over the horse, but then little details start to merge more. And what I think happened is he was going through this divorce and it was bad. And it
sounds bad.
Like, it was petty. It was like Kim and Barry Platt style divorce. Like, it was dividing the Beanie Babies in front of the judge.
Oh,
and
my God,
so I think that he had to sell the horse for money. And
I could see that.
He kind of makes it seem like this little girl bullied him into it. And I say little girl because she's tiny. She's also understand she's a problem. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he kind of says, like, I capitulated. I sold the horse for 50 cents on the dollar, mostly because I was just terrified that Lauren and her father were going to sue me. And I didn't need that right now because I cheated on my wife with Mary Haskins. I'm trying to clean up that situation.
Well, see, and that's the part that sue you how? This is your horse. What do you mean they're going to sue you
I don't understand.
For your own horse?
That's why there's something we're not getting here. Right?
There's something we're not that is missing. Yeah.
Lauren goes, he got bullied into selling a horse. Okay, dude, whatever. And like I said, her version was Michael was flipping out because he needed the money for his divorce and she sold it to him. Michael says, we never really assessed her riding level. In baseball, Lauren is like a little league player for 9-year-olds. And I'm like,
yeah.
You know, I'm Jose Canseco and she is Jose Canseco's grandson.
Right. I mean, okay, so at first I'm like, I get what you're saying. You did play on like a World Series team. You went to the Olympics. Okay, got that. These other two, AAA baseball, I understand what you mean by that. And I'm thinking he's going to say, and she was like beer league softball, which like you get a couple of guys that were probably good in high school on every beer league team. Like, oh, like 9-year-old little league.
He's
my
like
son
T-ball.
Is 7. He's terrible at T-ball. Yes. I'm just like, I've never seen like a little kid. Well, no, that's not true. There was one kid my kid played against. I'm like, okay, that kid's going pro. Like every time he had the ball, he scored a touchdown. And I'm like, that's impressive to see. But that was demeaning. But also now I understand. And I'm even more confused why she came to you. If she's this bad at it, like, what are we doing?
And I'm and then why did he take her on? Oh, because she had money. Another thing is I'm confused as to what the problem is here, because you sold the horse, it should be done with, but obviously it's not done with, which tells me he did not sell her the horse willingly, because they're still fighting every day.
Right. And I've sold you the horse, now leave. Like, why are you still here? Like, I don't buy a car from the dealership and then like hang out for hours after that.
So now Daddy goes down there to yell at everyone, and he finds Mary Haskins and Lauren are in a screaming match. Mary Haskins says, you need to leave. And according to Lauren and her dad, Michael says, shut the fuck up, Mary Haskins. I have a deal with these people. Ixnay on the Evely. They got Untold.
Yeah.
And Michael denies this. He's like, oh, like clutching his pearls. Oh my God, I would never, ever tell a woman to shut up. Oh my God.
No, you for sure did. You were bad and you did it, and it's fine.
100%. You know who we need to hear from right here? Pop in his ex-wife. Let's hear what you have to say.
Any supporting character would be nice to have. We have the principals, and that's it in this documentary.
Yeah. So now we have, I think she says, it's Lara. Would that be Lara or would that be Laura? I think it's Lara, right?
It could be Laura. I have no idea.
I'm going to
call sounds in English don't make sense.
So she's a client of Michael's, and her daughter did a clinic with him. And she says, look, horse people are quirky. It's not unusual to have difficult clients. I wish they would have told us up front that she's currently banging him. I feel like we needed to know that.
Yep.
So, because she, like, at this point, you're like, oh, she's a corroborating witness.
Yes,
but she's
not. Our
She's
supporting
compromised.
character. Yeah, she's a character witness for the defense.
Yeah, essentially. She met Lauren before at a horse show in New Jersey, and the minute she saw her, she knew something was off. And I wrote, same girl,
same. We all saw it.
Lauren said, Lara says Lauren's energy was so frantic and manic that I actually had to walk away from her because I was getting a headache. Again, if we didn't know that Michael's pee was in your V on a nightly basis, this would carry more weight. Yeah, but now you're just his girlfriend.
We did see some of this though. All the footage of her like riding the horse and screaming at her boyfriend or whatever, like, you're doing it wrong. I gotta check what you're doing. I'm just like, okay,
oh my God, I get that was wild.
She's kind of a crazy nut. So
we also didn't hear from him, right? I would have liked to have guaranteed they're broken up. I need to hear from Rob.
Yeah. Anybody else who's not attached to somebody would have been nice.
Yeah, I agree. Lauren now starts posting quotes from The Art of War on Facebook. As you do, you know, and Lara was friends with her. So she saw all of them. And the messages now start escalating about like killing a king, going to war. And Lauren admits that she was writing them for Michael. And she wanted to see that she wanted him to see that he was being led around by his girlfriend, Mary Haskins.
Yeah, this isn't the way to do it. Quoting
and why do you give a fuck? Like, you're there to train for a month. Why do you give a look? I took ballet for 10 years from the same studio. I didn't give a shit who they were sleeping with or what their relationships were like.
No,
I was just okay, first position, second position. Okay, got it, Miss Helen.
Yeah. I was in dance classes for a very long time. Same. I'd never considered where they lived. I'm like, yeah, they're here to teach and that's it.
I don't even know if they were real people. Did they have to eat to survive? I don't know.
I had a football coach. I really cared about who he was sleeping with because he was very holier than thou. Long story short, God sent him a message to go to a bar one night and then cheat on his wife, and now he's married to her. So we're all invested in that. But
I understand. That's
only because, like, what a weirdo, but not like I care about your relationship.
Yeah, no, I agree. Meanwhile, it gets pretty ugly. Everybody's screaming at one another. Lauren says Michael thought he was in charge of the whole sport, not just his barn.
Okay.
And Michael says reputation is everything in this business, and she was ruining mine. So Lauren says Michael threatened to make one phone call and destroy her reputation. Now he claims, and I'm just going to say I do believe him, that she was very much Yellow Jackets, dark tie style in the trees outside of like the barn and stuff. I don't know, taking movies, writing notes.
At one point, I think she said she was in like a ninja costume in the tree. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Call the police.
More on that, please.
You can say she's trespassing. Get her out of here. What do you mean she's in the tree?
I know. Michael does call the police. He says he wants these people gone. They're menaces to society. So the police are saying this is a civil dispute. So here's what I'm thinking, because they don't clarify this in the documentary. Did she sign a lease to rent that apartment?
That
because if that's the case, then it is a civil dispute. He has to go and get her evicted and blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm wondering. Because like if she's just signed up for, like, I can't go to my local ceramics class and just be like, I live here now.
No,
this kiln is mine. It's mine. The whole studio, like, they would kick me out because they own the place and I don't.
And I taught little kids dance classes when I was in college. I had to tell a parent, you can't come back because like they were being disruptive during class. It was just, they were a mess. And it was just like, you're ruining it for everyone else. You can't come back. If they would have come back, I could have called someone. I don't know if I would have called like the studio owner or whomever, but like, if you want somebody gone, you can say, okay, you have to leave. I will pay you back the remainder of whatever you paid to rent. You could do something other than just like, I can't do anything. Like, this is your house. You can
Which tells me there is another legal issue here.
Yeah. There's more to this that we don't know.
That's why I'm thinking she signed some sort of short-term lease to rent that apartment.
Yeah.
So now we hear secret recordings between Michael and Mary Hastings. And this is like Lauren's gotcha. And I have to say, they're not incriminating at all.
Not at all.
It's
weird that you have these.
Yeah, they're kind of like, how do we get rid of her? Do we just... And at one point, Mary Haskins is like, we just have to keep calling the police and putting the burden on the police. This is not crazy stuff.
Have you tried telling her to leave? Like, have you considered trying to like, hey, we don't want you here anymore. Please go out.
August 2019, 1 week before the incident. I'm like, what's the incident?
The incident.
We hear Mary saying she needs to. Okay, so another secret gotcha recording where Mary Haskins is like, we really need her banned from the county, not just your property. And Michael's like, nobody can give her a lifetime ban except for Safe Sport. So Lauren secretly hears this and then calls Safe Sport first on him. Yeah. And this was wild because you can't tell. Okay, here's Lauren's take of things, her interpretation of things, or her retelling, if you will. I called Safe Sport and I was just trying to tell him, like, this guy's being mean to me and he thinks he controls, like, he has gateway to the I don't know. They were asking me a lot of questions about, like, does he molest children? I don't know. I was like, I don't know what to do. Girl, you told him that.
Of course. You were at this point posting 40,000 word, 1 paragraph Facebook posts. Like, no, you're off your rocker. There was so much of this because I wanted to say, how did you get this recording? Like, I don't know the laws in New Jersey, but Lisa Hochstein, Real Housewives of Miami, is currently being prosecuted for taping her husband's calls inside of his car. So, like, I don't know if New Jersey is a single party state or
that's what I have to look. I was going to say, what do they call that? A single party state?
I think it's a single party consent, I think is what they call it, for like to have your video and your audio
New
recorded.
Jersey is one party consent state. You can legally record in-person conversations if you are a participant in the or have permission from at least one person involved, even if the other. No, I don't know.
So how did you get these? What crime did you commit to record these conversations?
I know we have a lot of lawyers in our Couch Detective audience. Please let us know what is going on here.
Yeah.
All right. So Mary Haskins did have her young children there. So you cannot tell me when the person probably, has a list of questions from Safe Sport that they have to go through. And one of them is probably, are there minor children on the property? So Lauren probably said yes. And then maybe the next question is like, do you suspect abuse of these children or something? Lauren's probably like, yeah, I do. I mean, no.
I really do.
Yeah. You know that she told them.
I don't know. You should check it out, though. She did.
So we hear, Mary, like I said, Mary Haskins had her children. Michael says, this hurt me so much because I treated Mary Haskins' children like they were my own. Okay. Somehow I doubt that, but okay.
Yeah, people say that a lot.
Now we hear them secretly recorded again, talking about, Mary Haskins is threatening to leave him, and not leave him, but like leave the situation. Cause she's like, this girl's fucking crazy. I have my kids here. I think I need to get them out of here. And Michael could not figure out, because then Lauren makes a comment to him like, oh, I heard your girl's not leaving you or something like that. He's like, how is she hearing these things? Okay, clearly, Michael, you have not had your Gen Xer training because you would assume you were being recorded at all times.
Yes. Yeah. Start opening up the telephone receivers and find out there's a little thing inside of there. Do a sweep of your house because she's listening to your conversations.
Have you never watched an episode of Melrose Place? Like, what are you doing?
No,
somebody's beef with you. You're immediately under surveillance.
Yes, watch any garbage Bravo reality show. Someone's getting recorded secretly at some point in time. You watch enough of these things.
So he starts getting real paranoid, and he realizes that she's putting all of this bullshit out on Facebook, and she is. I mean, really, they had what, like 19,000 pages of
19,000 pages. Like, and I don't know if that's the entirety of her whole account, and we just like swept everything. I hope that's the case, because 19,000 pages is how many copies of War and Peace is that? It's a lot of War and Peace.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's insane.
Meanwhile, we hear calls like he's calling the police, and to his credit, he is saying, I am in fear of my life. I am in fear of my safety. I have a family here, talking about Mary Haskins, his new side piece. And he's like, I need to protect, like, can you help me? And they seemingly do nothing.
No, they're like, listen, call us after she murders you, and then we'll figure this out. But like, until she kills you, don't bother me anymore.
Yeah, just put this in your evidence binder for, you know, to help us solve your murder, and we'll do that.
When you are a ghost, haunt us, and then we'll fix it. This always bothers me though. Like when you guys did the Killing Fields, and it's like, oh, they're probably just a runaway. What if they're not? You want to maybe look into it, perhaps? It's just like, no,
just
I don't.
Look into it.
I'm not here to solve crimes.
Little bit.
Yeah, I'm here to like harass skateboarders, and that's basically it.
Yeah. So Lauren is recording. This is 3 days before now. Lauren is recording the police responding to the barn. Michael now says, and nothing much happens there. And we do get these snippets, you're right, of like Lauren at night in the barn with JT, her love, and Rob, her boyfriend. And she's really mean to him.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what she was saying, but she's like yelling at him that he's not doing things right.
It was the ankle wraps where it's like you gotta wrap it tighter and like double wrap it or whatever. He does, and it's like, I have to check your work now. And then she's over, it's not tight enough. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? For somebody who's doing this as a fun hobby, you're not treating it like it's a fun hobby. Like you're treating it like you're competing. You're
giving me Olympic wannabe vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to pass off as a hobbyist.
Yeah, it feels like Dance Moms. No, I don't think she's going to be like the next sensation, but she needs to train 9 hours a day every day. Well, which one is it? Pick a lane.
Michael says Ruth Cox was a friend and Mary Haskins' partner on a few horses. And she drove from North Dakota. And she always brings her 9mm because why wouldn't you? You're an old lady driving across the country. You need that gun.
It's got a cute pink graphic all over it.
It really does. It really does.
Have your gun.
And so he says, now this is all via Michael, per Michael.
Yeah.
And he's like, Ruth, did you bring that gun? Because the cops told me I should not have any deadly force weapons in any of the vehicles or anything up here. So why don't you give me your gun? I promise I'll keep it safe for you and I'll return it before you go home.
Yeah. Well, confusing about that because he was like, the cops, they don't have anything in the cars at all, as though this crazy person is like going through cars and ransacking shit.
Gonna steal your Pioneer stereo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take the faceplate off your stereo so they can't steal it.
Take the subwoofers out the back.
Someone took mine tried to take mine. They wanted to just cut in the wire because they couldn't get it out of the trunk. So I just had a ruined pair of subs in the back of my car. But he put it in his gun safe, so you have your own guns. Like,
thank you.
I was confused by that.
You.
Like,
I'm wondering if he just had hunting rifles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he just has rifles, which,
you can still kill us with a rifle if you want to.
They can do the job if they have to, but a 9mm is the most effective, I think, in this situation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So he told her the cops have warned him, like I said, don't have anything on the property. And he's calling the authorities again. Like the cops are called 25,000 times. This reminds me of The Perfect Neighbor. The cops keep getting called. They see the escalation and they're not doing anything about it.
No.
It's like at some point we have to do something about a situation escalating to this degree.
Yeah. I can't imagine this is a high crime county either. So probably these cops are just like, God damn it. I don't want to do anything. Why does this guy keep bothering us?
Yeah. So he says one night Lauren's out there dressed as a ninja. More on that, please. Can we have photos?
I want to see
Can we understand what she was doing? Can we get Laura's response to this?
Mm-hmm.
Or Lauren's response, but she doesn't say anything.
Again, the logistics. Did she bring that with her? Did she Amazon have it delivered to the house without your knowledge? Like, if she showed up with a full ninja costume, there's more questions to be answered here.
She posts on Facebook, everyone should be worried. I'm not responsible for anything my other personalities do when they're threatened. Okay. I feel like that's a threat.
Yes. There were a few moments in this documentary where like I busted up laughing. And that was one where I'm just like, I remember so many like moody emo kids in like 05, 06 would have this as like their away message. And I'm like, what? No one is falling for this, Jeremy. No. Like, why don't you calm down? It's every time.
No, I don't know this. I'm trying to think like if I rented out an apartment on my property and somebody was posting this stuff, I think I'd be scared.
I'm leaving town until they're gone. Like you can have it.
I'm going to leave town, start eviction process. That's another thing. Like this guy has money. If it's an eviction issue, A, say that in the documentary, and B, start the procedure to get her evicted.
Yeah.
I'm sure her threatening your life publicly would be grounds for eviction.
You would imagine so.
Mm-hmm. So he says, look, I had an idyllic life. Everything was perfect. I mean, aside from the really petty divorce that I was going through. But then these vagrants, these terrorists come in and do a mini 9/11 to me. What?
I laughed again. I'm what? Like, so...
Sir, you are an hour from New York City. Anybody I live in Pennsylvania. Anybody in the tri-state area is not allowed to ever conflate 9/11 with anything else ever.
No. Wow. And literal as I am, I picture a mini 9/11 as like, oh, she flew like an RC plane into my car one time. I'm just like, okay, so like a smaller scale, because what she did was being an asshole, but she didn't like try to blow anything up.
Right. I would say the terrorists who flew the planes into the Twin Towers were more than assholes. Yes. She's just being an asshole. Like they
didn't care about horses at all.
Wow. Wow.
Insane.
So on August 7th, 2019, a van pulls up and a woman is from Child Protective Services. And she's like, I'm here to talk about you and these underage kids. And okay. Now,
here we go.
Michael says, I just heard the term sexual abuse and then I don't know what started happening to my body. I just and he goes through his whole thing, like, and that ended with him like choking and falling to the floor and not gasping for air. And then he doesn't know what happened. He has next thing he knows, he's in court.
Yeah. All of this is absurd.
Okay.
It's absurd. So what happens is he goes into the office for the CPS interview or whatever, and the lady's like, I don't need you here. I'm here to talk to her. So then he goes outside, I guess, like puts a cup to his ear and like listens through the wall, and he hears the words sexual abuse and just loses his shit. Why don't you hang out until they're done talking to find out what they're talking about? Instead, he's like, I had a whole Jekyll and Hyde moment. My body burst into flames. I couldn't breathe. I was spinning in circles. There's flashing lights everywhere. What are you talking about?
He is so dramatic.
Yes. Are you Lou Ferrigno and the Incredible Hulk?
Oh my God. I was so obsessed with that show when I was a kid.
Who wasn't?
I used to have a little Hulk and he was in a cage and you would pump him up. And then he would explode out of the cage. I was obsessed with it.
Fantastic.
I have to say, like, this guy just, I hear this very dramatic retelling of this blackout. And I'm like, of course you've been in dressage since you're 4 years old. Like, you are just a natural born dramatic person. Like, he is, wow.
Yeah.
So, you know what he really does? Now, he tells us that he blacked out, but I guess blacking out is code for going to your enemy's house and shooting them in the heart and, you know, just kind of trying to murder them because that's what he does. So we hear the 911 call. The cops respond to an active shooter call. Rob has Michael pinned on the ground and we hear Rob. We don't hear him in this documentary. We hear him on the 911 tape and he's very angry.
Well, yeah, his girlfriend just got shot twice in the chest. Like, I'd be mad too.
The cops secure the gun. It is under Michael, like in his hand. They get Lauren medical help. You know what? She's lucky to be alive. I don't know how she's
lucky to be alive. She's lucky to be not only alive, but to be able to speak as clearly as she did on the 911 call, where she's like, I've been shot in the heart. Here's the address. I'm losing a lot of blood. Yeah. Like, I would just be like screaming into the phone uncontrollably.
I'd be crying. Where's Timmy?
Yes.
Dad!
You wouldn't understand a word I said. Exactly. Yeah.
So Lauren survives and she's like, I just can't wait to put this motherfucker in jail. Like, so she survives a life-threatening gunshot, right? Wakes up in the hospital and her first thought is not like, where's my family? You know, where are my loved ones? I need to tell them how much I love them. No, it's I'm putting this motherfucker in jail. This is it. And I can't say I would not feel the same way. Like if somebody, I'm somebody who notoriously gets very angry when people hurt me. Like any car accident I've been in, I've tried to like rip the other driver out of the car and just scream in their face because I get so angry. It's just like an emotional trauma response that I have. I could see me being, if somebody shot me, I would be like, I'm putting this person in the ground. Like there's no other way around this.
I would be the same way. I don't have a lot of stress in my life. I get to draw pictures for a living. I live in a quiet cul-de-sac. There are times though that if somebody really upsets me, like I'll go off on them. I have a nemesis and I have not spoken to him in a very long time. He was not welcome in my home when I had roommates and we went to high school together. I'm just like, nope, he can't come around. So I would be the same way. I would wake up and be like, get me whatever rocket launcher you have. We're going Rambo on this guy.
Yes. So Michael is pretty beat up too. And he comes to, and the first thing he says is, get my lawyer. Where's my lawyer? Which is the appropriate response. You just shot somebody, lawyer up immediately.
Well, the connective tissue is missing again because I'm like, did Rob beat the piss out of you? His face was falling off, and I'm just like, he's like, I have this thing on my arm. Was he in a cast? I was so confused. I'm just like, I need to understand how you shot a person and your face is covered in blood now.
I know. He was really beat up. That's a good point. He had 2 black eyes. Like, I think Rob beat the shit out of him.
I think so.
So now we meet Edward, this lawyer. Yeah. And Ed says, I'm the best at what I do, period, end stop, full stop.
I don't have a website, I don't run ads.
I don't advertise. I don't do anything. People just come to me. They know who to call. And Michael meets with him and says, look, here's the problem. I don't remember being at the scene. All I know is, you know what Michael has? He has Natalia Grace Michael's energy.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that dude? Michael Barrett? Was that his name? Barnett.
So, yeah. Barnett. Yeah.
He has Michael Barnett energy. Wow. Yeah. Remember when Michael Barnett in the docuseries of Natalia Grace gets on the ground and he's like, and I saw my wife punching her, and he's punching the floor. This guy would do that.
Yes. It's so dramatic and performative. Everything about it.
Yes. Ed is seeking the insanity defense, which, wow. Okay.
That's all you got, huh?
Michael was facing 60 years in prison. Michael shows up to court looking like the Unabomber. Like he went to, I don't know, some stylist. And he's like, give me the Ted Kaczynski.
Yes. And that's how he shows up. As disheveled as you can. I think the third time I busted up laughing. I'm like, this is him now?
Such horrible acting, Brian. I was dying. I'm like, this guy, like pro tip, if you want to act insane, just kind of stay quiet and just be like dead inside.
Yeah, be catatonic. You don't have your head lean to one side, that's fine. Yeah, he is doing cartoon crazy person. I'm just like, your eyes are darting around, you're shaking uncontrollably, like you're gonna cry the entire time. You haven't shaven in 7 days. I'm like, what is going on with this guy?
100%. He claims Lauren pushed him to his breaking point, and then they cut to Lauren and she's vaping, and she says, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm like, oh, girl.
I think you do. I'm pretty sure
terrified by you.
Yeah.
Chris Shellhorn is the assistant prosecutor in this case, and he's like, this is open and shut. The dude went and got a gun, walked down to my client, shot her in the chest, or the victim, and shot her in the face. Or shot her in
he's like, our theory of the case is you can't shoot somebody. Just like that, he just kept on going back to that.
And here's the thing. That's where I come down on this. Like, at the end of the day,
you can't shoot somebody.
You can't shoot somebody. Even if they're terrorizing you on Facebook, you cannot shoot somebody. You could shoot them in self-defense, but she never posed a physical threat to him.
She seemed confused before he shot her more than anything else.
Dr. Stephen Simmering is the defense's forensic psychiatrist. I love when we have dueling forensic psychiatrists. And I don't take any of this because I have learned, covering so many documentaries, that these witnesses are paid, and they are paid to present a case. I'm not saying they're lying, but they're paid to present the evidence that supports the defense or the prosecution, whomever's paying them.
Yeah, because if they don't, they're not going to get paid.
Right. So he believes Michael has delusional disorder, persistent depressive disorder. He believes Michael was driven over the edge by Lauren. And he says Michael's core belief was that Lauren was going to destroy him and he had to act. And Mary Haskins does testify that Michael was growing more and more fearful and he was filled with panic. And Justin also testifies that Michael was almost catatonic with fear.
Yeah.
Again, then just pack your bags up and go to a hotel and start the eviction process and then go back.
Exactly. You have money and you have connections. So you could very easily, if you are falling into some kind of a psychological state as a result of this woman's behavior, you have the means to separate yourself.
Agreed.
Take JT if you want and just like go somewhere until this gets sorted out. This is not.
Agreed.
You're not living at her property. Like she's going to have to go home at some point in time.
Yes. So Lauren testifies and Ed cross-examines her about her social media, of which you and I said they had 19,000 pages. And she's saying things like, weapons hot, we're going to war, the king will be killed, the queen will be sacrificed. She's like, yeah, I said that stuff. And yeah, I was trying to talk about Ed, but you know, it was also like a quote from a movie. It was a quote from a book.
Yeah. One of the, and then there was the line from The Greatest Showman, also from the Wegovy commercials.
Oh, yes.
Just like, oh, that's where that's from? I didn't know that was, all right.
And they ask her, did you have a plan to destroy Michael? And she says, at some point, yes. And I'm like, girl.
Did your attorney not prepare you for this at all? Like, he didn't do any work to get you ready for this moment?
To be fair to her credit, like, she probably thought, this is open and shut. He walked down the street and shot me. I don't have to put on any kind of airs here. Like, this is...
I think the easy thing to say is, like, yes, I had a plan to professionally destroy him, to ruin his career, not to destroy his body and kill him.
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, no, I was going to destroy him. I'm like, oh, come on, lady.
We get Dr. Schlesinger, who's the other forensic pathologist, this time for the state. And he's like, I don't see any disorders in this guy. Look at him over there. He's perfectly fine. And he's like,
look at this weirdo.
He reminds me of, did you see Wedding Crashers? I'm sure you have.
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
Yes. As a Chicago person, I'm sure you love that movie. Whenever they pan over to Todd, the son, and he's just like at the easel, like just painting, like, leave me alone. That's what Michael reminds me of. Michael's just like,
it's so bizarre. And I've seen Schlesinger on other things. I think I've seen him like in other trials. I just don't like this man. There's not a real reason for it. He just bothers me.
So now Lauren says, if you're not smart enough to realize that Michael's acting over there, then I don't know, you're not smart enough to be on a jury. Here's the thing with Lauren. This should have been an open and shut case, but she is so unlikable.
Yep.
That the
jury wanted
like,
to shoot her.
We're not. We don't blame Michael.
Yeah, no, she's not helping herself at all here.
Michael does have some texts between he and Mary Haskins saying they're going to make it miserable for her to be on the property, hopefully to kick her off. And they were sending fake eviction notices to her. So there you go. It is an eviction issue. And the prosecution argues that he wasn't acting scared. He never, told her you just need to leave. They're like, he never told her you need to leave. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he said you need to leave. But she wasn't. She probably said, I signed a lease and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because she didn't, you know what it was too? Go ahead.
No, I feel like it's one of those where it's like, yeah, I didn't like break up with her, but like we had enough conversations where she should understand that we're not together anymore. I'm like, you have to tell her we're broken up now.
I also, at one point, she does mention she had nowhere else at the time to put JT. And I wonder if there's a little bit of that. If she was worried that if she left, that he would just commandeer his horse back.
Yeah, because she was saying they were calling
possession
other barns.
is 9/10 the law or whatever we got going on.
They're
Hawthorne
calling other
Hill.
barns to like to badmouth her and not let the other, So I could see, sure, I bet he made things inconvenient. He didn't call every barn. There's barns. You can find another barn.
No, and how stupid do you have to be if you're a landlord and you want to get rid of tenants? When their new landlord calls for a reference, you're like, they're the best tenants that ever lived. Take
Never
them,
late
please.
on the rent. Get them out of here.
Always early, they overpay. I don't know what's going on.
Bake cookies and everything.
So Ruth Cox testified at the end of the trial, and she's the one who owned the horse with Mary and had the gun, Mary Haskins. She says Michael asked her to see the 9mm Luger. So Michael's telling of it was like, she and I walked in together, put it in my safe, she's like, I don't know, I just gave him the gun. I don't know what he did with it. And the CPS woman testifies now, and she says while she was interviewing Mary Haskins, Michael kept trying to get into the office where the gun safe was. And eventually he's like, I need the room. Which I always wanted to walk into a room and go, excuse me, guys, can I have the room? But no one ever listens.
To be that important. No, me either.
No one ever listens. So he does remember going into the office and getting the gun and loading it. He just doesn't remember the pew of it all.
And why would you do that? Like, if you're going to have a conversation, why did you get the gun?
The verdict comes back. He is not guilty by reason of insanity and
insane.
And Ed, the lawyer, is like, people say I told Michael to act insane. I say, fuck you.
I say, fuck you. Look at how he's acting. You clearly told him to act insane. If you wanted him to stop, you could say, hey, man, cut that out. Like, knock it off.
I have to say that they showed like, and again, this is all rhetorical choice, right? What social media they show. But they showed a lot of tweets and Facebook posts from the horse community. And it seemed like a lot of people supported Michael. I'm just going to say, like, I don't think Lauren's well liked.
No. Well, and I don't think she's that well known either. She's not very good at this. And Michael is like a legend in the sport.
Yeah.
Even just like people who don't know her at all, you're like, yo, I trust this guy though. I don't know this crazy lady at all. He's never acted here before as anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. And the doc at the end, we get a black screen of death, and it says, not guilty by reason of insanity does not mean not guilty. It just means you don't have you're not criminally responsible.
You're not criminally liable for it.
Yeah. And Michael is institutionalized, and the doctor's like, you're fine. You can go home.
Yeah. Turns out you're okay.
This dude just got away with shooting somebody.
Yeah, he was crazy then.
What is this, now. Florida? What's going on here? So now he hooks up with Lara, and they're like together now. And Michael says he feels like he's been given a second chance. Lauren says, it's been a very long road. I've had 2 bullets collapse my lung. My body will never be the same. And I feel really bad for her in that situation because, wow. Yeah. And you put 2 bullets in this body, it's never coming back. So she was strong and was able to bounce back from that. Good for her.
Again, a rabbit could devour me. So same.
I just keep thinking of Monty Python. The rabbits. So these 2 are not moving forward at all. They're still being petty bitches. They're still fighting. He wants to train, have a big comeback. So does she in the same sport. We do learn that Michael was banned from safe sport. And one of the things was sexual harassment.
More on that, please. Who did you harass?
What is going on?
Is it Mary Haskins? At all.
Is that why Mary Haskins left?
I need to know.
Is it JT?
Oh, wait. Could you imagine being JT?
We need an exclusive.
Look, if you want this carrot, you know what you got to do.
And that's it. And I agree with you. This needed to be 3 episodes. They give us so much stuff that is 3 episodes that doesn't need to be. This we needed a lot more because I wanted to go, like, what was Lauren's upbringing like? Who's Rob? Right. What's their relationship like? Like, there's so many missing pieces here, and the documentary asks us to pick a side, right? That's what they always do. Of course. Pick a side. I can't pick a side because I don't have enough information on either of these people.
I think episode 1 is Michael's like rise in the sport to where he is and his prominence, and then the last
and his
10
ugly
minutes
divorce
is when,
and his ugly divorce.
Absolutely. The last 10 minutes of that is when Lauren shows up with this Cox woman and whatever. Episode 2 is all the fight, all the shit that's going on, and the back and forth, as many recordings as you have. And then episode 3 is the trial. Like it writes itself, man. But instead it's like, we're going to talk about the actual lead up to this fight for 30 seconds and give you no detail.
Right. Because I feel like you can dress Michael up and give him a nice haircut and put him in a classy setting and he can pass. Right.
Yeah.
But what kind of guy is this? Like, I need to know what's going on here because I have a feeling that he's not squeaky clean.
No, I think when you, and this is going to sound judgmental, and that's fine. When you are around that kind of money for that long of your life, I think you just get away with things often enough that like your whole moral center is a little bit shifted. So like he apparently sexually harassed a horse enough to not be able to be around horses anymore. Like, he's not a great guy. And I think it would have been easier to pick a side if Lauren had died in this. Because then it's he killed her. Yes, he's the villain. Instead, it's like, he shot her. Also, maybe she's nuts, and when she's squatting, there's a lot of. It's too gray.
And
I need a winner and a loser.
Same could be said around her. She clearly grew up with money. If your father can be like, "Hi, I'm so and so's father. I want her to go to this elite training camp for a month, and I'm paying for everything. And can we buy your racehorse?" She grew up around money.
Yeah, it's a 90-day lease situation. You just money is always a thing you have, and so you don't even think about it anymore.
Exactly. All right, my friend. Well, this has been a ride. This has been a horse ride. It's been a trot.
We reached a canter a couple of times. You're right.
We did. Thank you so much for joining me on this.
No, thanks for having me. No, I'm coming on whenever you want me to come on.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you if they would like to hear more of you?
So I host Maps Virgin. We've talked about it multiple times. I am not a virgin. I have a child. But
Maps as Married at First Sight. If people are not
Married at First Sight. Yeah. Familiar. It's to me the most undercovered reality show out there. There's not a lot of podcasts that cover it. I don't know why. It's so much fun to talk about. We are finishing up the Houston season right now. We're going into decision day. It is a full disaster. We're trying to decide. what we're going to do when this finishes. So we might do another season of Maths. We could take a break and cover Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We are trying to make up our mind for between seasons. And so, give us a listen. You can join our Facebook group, Maths Virgin Fan Club. We just talk about maths and also like general reality TV talk in there. And then follow us on Instagram and Threads at Maths Virgin.
And then plug your shirt shop.
Yeah, I sell t-shirts. That's my real job. So if you go to nifty50apparel.com, nifty50apparel.com, I do a lot of like location-based t-shirts. So cities and states, find your next favorite t-shirt there. I design them all myself. I do the illustrations by hand. I hate AI with the burning passion of 1,000 white hot suns. So you're not going to find any AI stuff on there. And if you do Little Miss 15, you can get 15% off of your purchase.
Awesome. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see some of your designs behind you.
Yeah,
which are very cool.
I cycle these out all the time. I used to have a catchphrase that says everything I do is a trap. Because when I was in college, I had a big poster of Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean next to my bed because every girl knew I had a crush on Johnny Depp. This is a trap. When I have clients that come on and it's like, oh, we're having our first conversation, I swap these out for like things that are going to appeal to them. So I've got a whole stack.
That's very smart. Very smart.
It's very subtle. I'm like a spider that way.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And if you want to get more content from us, you can join Murder Club for $8 a month. We are doing Tiger King. Now, the first episode of Tiger King is dropping on the free feed tomorrow, and it is wild. And my husband had never seen Tiger King, and I was introducing him to it, and he was just like, "What? What is happening?" And
I look back. It's one of those where I'm like, was it good, or were we just starved for content and all home at the same time?
It was good.
I have some that one time that was it.
It's good.
Okay.
We're also Kyla and I. So if you join Murder Club, you get 2 bonus episodes a week. And Kyla and I are also doing Making a Murderer, which has been such an amazing journey. And we're in a blind rage. We're on episode 4, and we're in a blind rage. So
it's everyone's true crime gateway drug.
Yeah. And then of course, Betrayal will be on this free feed on Friday for everyone. All right. Thank you, Brian, so much. I'll put the links for everything in the show notes and people can reach you. And thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.